The Napoleonic Wars, Part 2. A truly colossal war spanning not only France and Britain, but to the east, Austria, Prussia, Sweden, and Russia, and to the south, Portugal and Spain, as well as many, many more. The first siege of Zaragoza. The Spanish have become unreliable, so Napoleon overthrows the monarchy. But the people fight back. Let's see if the Spanish can hold off the French at this fort. The cavalry charge going in, as messy as ever, but they actually take down the cannon as well here. Which of the two is gonna come out on top? We'll have to wait and see. Both sides still have cannons which are firing. How many French units are left? There are still a lot of muskets on either side here. French trying to move forward, but the Spaniards cutting them down there, actually moving out of the protection of their fort and gunning down those few Frenchmen. On this side, it looks like the French might just win it, but on the other side, the Spanish have it. And the French look to be on the back foot. All their cannons are down, many of their musketmen have fallen, and they've not got much left. Oh, did you see that? The Spanish win that battle. Whilst the French won most of these battles, they were bogged down with no end in sight. The Battle of Vimeiro. Whilst the French are distracted, the British land in Portugal in support of their ally. All right, let's begin the battle and watch the initial engagement. That is a lot of gunpowder and a lot of muskets. Now, on the left-hand side of the battle, the French are moving up but will hit some heavy resistance. The Brits are moving in to counter them, but there's also Brits on the hill. Now, it's much the same story on the other side with these French soldiers moving in. Once again, going to be met by even more British defenders dug in onto the hillside. And that's right, don't forget the Portuguese are also here to fight for their homeland. And bit by bit, the French are getting picked off in the center of the map. Of course, the Brits have got cannons, the French have got cannons. We're left to pretty much just muskets. And if I was a betting man, I'd say the Brits and the Portuguese are winning this battle. Let's see if the cannons can get a kill on this guy here. Come on. I didn't see it, but I'm pretty sure he's dead. And not many French soldiers remain. Down they go. It looks like Napoleon's grip on Europe is fading. The Battle of Aspern-Essling. The War of the Fifth Coalition. Austria never learns. All right, here we go. The initial musket shots. That was brutal cavalry, though. Look, tell you what, the cavalry, somehow they are not dead yet. I can't believe it. How on earth is this guy still alive? How on earth is... Okay, there we go. I was gonna say. But the Austrian cannons are still dumping round after round as the infantry advance. Looks like everyone's reloaded. And the next volley. Good lord. The French musketmen are being pinned down. But they do have some guys up at the top of this building who are firing down onto the positions. But I think it's going to be a case of too little, too late. The Austrians and also their cannons seem to still be alive. But the French are dug in and fortified. They are manning the positions at the top of... Wow, okay. They're no longer manning those positions. In fact, there's only actually one single guy left up here. And he's dead. Napoleon suffers his first major defeat, but soon after, claim victory over Austria. Again, the Battle of Borodino. Napoleon's fatal mistake, invading Russia, the graveyard of empires. Okay, let's begin the battle with the carnage of these musket lines. Also, in the center of the map, the cavalry is moving in. Both the cavalry from both sides getting cut to pieces in one go here. The Russians over the river are dug into defensive positions, behind walls, on rooftops, and are ready to put up a fight. The French, on the other hand, have finally caught up to the Russians and need to get over the river and defeat this army so that they can capture Moscow. The stakes are high, and the Russians are gonna fight it out as more and more musket fire comes in, French cannons unloading down the battlefield, and bodies stacking up by the minute. And the Russians are moving over the bridge. Let's see. Oh, they didn't even get a shot off, but these guys certainly did. Now, there's really not many French French soldiers left, but there are even fewer Russian soldiers, especially after that. The Russians are held up in defensive positions and are trying to stop the French from getting over the bridge, but it's not worked very well. So the French won, but at what cost? The Battle of Leipzig, the War of the 6th Coalition, Sweden, Prussia, Austria, and Russia encircle the French. Let's begin the battle as the first musket shots go in. The French cavalry trying to break out but not getting far, and the siege cannons begin to bombard the city. Now Napoleon and his men are making their way down the stairs to confront the enemy as the Austrians and the Swedes begin the assault on the right flank, and the Russians and the Prussians assault the left flank. Can these French defenders hold the city against a coalition of all of these mighty European powers? I mean, let's be honest, we all know the answer is no. Now, if you're enjoying these videos, subscribe and click that bell icon. And don't forget to check out my Twitch. I am live right now with daily tactics. The link is down below. And now here we go. The Swedes are also joining the battle with the cannons, and we're about to get some good old totally accurate battle simulator traffic jam. Why does this always happen? Most of the French have been killed. There are only a few stragglers. They're still holding up in the city, but something tells me their time is limited. And oh, he's pushed his mate over the edge. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen it quite as bad as this. Oh my god, there's cavalry in there as well. Now what have we got left? There are a few French defenders still within the city, and the coalition are trying to dig them out, but their time is limited. There we go. It's about time. 30,000 French men are captured, but Napoleon escapes to raise another army. The 6 Days Campaign. Napoleon fights one army, then the next, then the next. All right, let's see if they can take on all those armies. Straight away, the cavalry is piling in and is actually going to make it all the way. Oh my goodness gracious me. Okay, wow. Okay, cavalry from one of the other armies has arrived, and what a punch up this is. And most of the French soldiers are intact. But here comes the next army. This time it's Prussians and Russians. And yeah, they've been immediately slaughtered. A few of them still standing here. But I imagine when these French soldiers turn their attention, then the final few units in the second army are also going to go down. Now, in the far distance, the third army is moving in, and somehow the cannons are already firing. Check out the range on these guys. Honestly, it never stops to amaze me. A cheeky little French cannon still standing right here as well. Oh, narrowly avoiding and getting a big old kill himself. And actually, this one looks like this could be a really balanced battle. Genuinely, this could go either way. A handful of Austrians versus a handful of French. But bear in mind, this is the third army that they have taken down so far. And it is genuinely the final few units that clutch cannon shot. Oh my goodness me. I do not believe it. I cannot. Wait, so what's left? Oh, brilliant. This guy's what's left. And he's dead. So whilst Napoleon was victorious in many of those battles, it still wasn't enough to stop the coalition from reaching Paris. And Napoleon is forced to abdicate. The Battle of Waterloo. Having returned from exile, Napoleon gathers his men and marches to war. So let's see if the French are up to the job. Can they take the Brits down? We're off to a messy start with the cavalry going in at each other. Look at that. French cavalry somehow, though, getting all the way in and breaking the front lines. Oh, that team kill, bro. What was that? Yeah, you got what you deserved. French musketmen moving in on the British position. Pretty much all the Brits on the hill are dead. Some British reinforcements also going down, and it looks to me like the remaining Brits is just these guys in here. Oh, good lord. Can they hold out against the French as the French begin to advance into the compound to overwhelm them as quickly as possible? Because there are Prussian reinforcements on the way. The French army must defeat the British before the Prussians enter the battle. But the Brits are not going down without a fight, and the French are struggling to seal the deal. And much to their dismay, the Prussians have begun arriving to the battle. Picking off a few French soldiers at the back of the map, soon they will be on the right flank of Napoleon. This looks like it might just be yet another defeat for the French Empire. emperor. Now that the Prussians are here, I feel like they've got a shot of victory here. Oh my god. The French now moving forward to meet the Prussians, but it's going to be a case of too little, too late. The Prussians now have the upper hand, and the final few shots are about to be made. There we go. It's a British-Prussian victory. Now, if you're still watching, then don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon. Also, I'm live on Twitch right now with Daily Tactics. The link is down below.